Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer weekly race here on Speed Gaming 2. Tonight's featured contestants are DLP316, Johnny Link, Classic Gamer 88, Animus United. Hi, everyone. LOZ Cards Fan 23 on the call, and joining me for tonight's commentary is the one and only Growlwolf. It's great to see you as always, my friend.
Always a pleasure. We're kind of going back to a little bit of a normal rando, if you'd like to call it that. It's going to be a fun one. It's a bracket, so it's something you'd be very familiar with looking at the tournaments that we have. In fact, I think we have a tournament coming up here soon within the next couple months, so hopefully this will be good practice for it.
Absolutely. For those of you who do not know what the bracket stage flags entail, it is that we have the worlds shuffled. The stages and the panels are shuffled as well. Couple other major components is that the end card game that you see during the group play is eliminated, so they will not have that to benefit their idea of getting more items. And also, hammers do not break locks. And we have eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Would you look at this? We've got a vanilla situation, well, a French vanilla situation, as it were, as we've got 7F1, aka Fort Knox, to start things off. As I was mentioning, hammers only break boulders. They do not break locks.
That is absolutely true. And one of the reasons we do this is because we like to see how fast can these runners possibly go. And of course, as soon as we talk about our runners going fast, we're immediately met with 7F1, which is also known as Fort Knox because it is where Bowser likes to store all of his many coins. And this is absolutely the longest by time if you have to start this as a small Mario. So now all of our runners are going to be going for that Tanuki suit, and then we'll be completing this in the most unorthodox way that we see any of the levels here in SMB3.
Not only is it the longest stage per se, it is also one of the few stages in Super Mario 3 that only gives you 200 game seconds to complete the level. So not only is it a long stage, you've got to be quick just to beat the clock.
And if you're wondering why on earth somebody would do this, it's because devs are inherently evil. And not only is this a terrible level to get started with, especially a small Mario, our runners who are very accustomed to this, they know how to beat the level, they know how to beat the game, all wound up with the 140s to finish this off. So if you're a new player trying this out and you don't know that that's a secret, you're in for a bad time.
I'll tell you what, that fort did not break that lock, so it might have broken another lock on the other side, or it might have built a bridge, but nobody has found the way to the promised land just yet. They're checking pipes left and right, but they have not found the way out, and everybody is ignoring that mushroom house because time is of the essence. They're in a race, and they're perfectly content with that Tanuki suit that these owners have right now. So it's basically a game of eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and wouldn't you know it, there is a third fort. Now, which one do they pick? Everybody is picking this fort, which is the World 2 fort, aka the Spike Fort.
You know, this is kind of a 50-50 here. You've got everybody looks like they're going to be going for the exact same route here. Honestly, I kind of like the idea of having gone after that first fortress. You kind of show up to the first one, you see a fort, you play a fort, and none of the runners have done that. So either World 2 Fortress is in fact going to be the one that takes us to the castle that has Ludwig von Koopa, or it's not. And therefore, everybody is going to have to backtrack, go back, find that other fortress, play it, and then go on from there. And honestly, I'm going to take a hot take right now, and I think it's 7F1. I think they have to play it.
We'll find out, and here we go. Everybody has got Boom Boom down right now. Classic Gamer, one of the best in the business. All four of these are four of the best in the business. And no, that is not the fort that builds the bridge. We have to go back to start and play that third fort.
Yeah, I believe it's such a almost crucial cardinal sin to not play the first fortress because you're there, you see it. Yeah, it's a little bit of a time risk if you get it wrong, but now it's even greater because had any of our runners actually gotten it correctly, they would be onto the fort or the castle with Ludwig von Koopa, and unfortunately none of them are.
Right. Now, the good news is usually 7F1 and 7F2 are paired up, but not tonight. They have to deal with 5F1, a considerably easier fort than 7F2. Here's Johnny Link with the Boom Boom fight. No problem at all. And Animus United right behind.
And I got to give a shout out to Animus United here real quick. He has accelerated so well recently. We watched him win, as far as I know, one of his first races ever last week in phenomenal fashion. It was a Kaizo block that Macobra had put together, and it was a very tight race. It was exciting to watch. So very great kudos to him. It was very exciting and fun to watch for sure.
You couldn't pay me to play the Kaizo Mario 3 randomizer. I've seen it before, and Boom Boom goes so quickly. It's a nightmare, and that's just only the beginning.
It absolutely is, and I was definitely thankful to be on the commentating booth for that one.
We have a P-Wing beside the short Piranha stage that our runners are going to get, so that's almost vanilla, except it's in the wrong place. The other Piranha stage would have that P-Wing, so we are starting with, this is the World 5 airship, but we still have to take on Ludwig von Koopa, and Johnny Link will be the first one to the fight. Oh, and he's got a moon jump, and he just got matumboed right there. Oh, and he gets hitboxed on the second hit. Oh, this could get ugly, and 3 hits is not enough. 4 hits it is. Johnny Link takes care of him. That was a close call.
That was way too close for comfort. Oh my goodness, I was a little scared there. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I was too. He could have gotten hitboxed a third time. That could have given Animus United the lead in terms of our 4 featured runners. We say 4 featured runners because there are other runners in this race who are not on the restream. I believe ProA 007 is among one of those many runners.
I don't believe so. I think ProA actually backed out at the last minute. He was having some internet troubles. But who we also have, and I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to, is S. Diesel. We've not seen much of him recently, so we are so thankful to have him back. We've certainly missed him in our community.
Bad break there for Johnny Link because he's small. He can't do the clip here in 7.6, so he's going to have to take the intentional fine there. By the way, we do get an item from Bowser. It is something that is added to the randomizer, but you have to check your inventory to find out exactly what that item is, and I haven't seen it just yet. Animus does get the clip, and Johnny Link opted for the P-Wing strat, so he's actually going to keep his lead on Animus.
But not by much, and I actually don't mind this play at all from Animus. Looks like Classic Gamer doesn't realize he has an item in his inventory because he's going to actually play through this level. And what I like about Animus United strat here is that he is saving his P-Wing and may be able to use it on an airship here in just a little bit.
DLP looks like he opted not to try for the clip with the raccoon tail and instead took the 100 coin fine and used the P-Wing to get over it. I mean, it is a guaranteed safe play, and it's more difficult to do the clip with the tail than it is as just regular Big Mario.
Meanwhile, we've got Classic Gamer still working his way through 7.6. He'll be there for a little bit, and right behind Johnny Link is now Animus United.
Order of operations game. We get a music box after we have completed World 7. There's plenty of uses we could still use that music box in.
Honestly, I think I like the idea of using it here. You've got those 2 Hammer brothers that like to marathon because of how close they are together. And with that lock at the bottom of the ground floor of World 5, I think it's a very opportune time for runners to use it. Go ahead and use it, or maybe they want to hold it for World 6. Either way, put it to good use. You've got it, might as well use it.
Johnny Link having some problems here in 6.8. We just saw one of the 4 military stages. It was the Army stage, or tanks, as others like to call it, and it is the only one that gives you an item at the end. So it is actually not treated as a fortress like the other 3 branches of the Bowser military.
We have a near sync up between our 2 runners. Animus United getting a mushroom there instead of the star. Other than that, we are very much a close race here.
Here's Homer Simpson's favorite level, good old 5-5 with all of those donuts. I guess you could say the same thing about 6-7 as well.
And we must have a commentator's curse here because I just talked about the marathon, and Animus United found himself on the wrong end of that, as he did take several moments, nearly a half a level, to wait for his Hammer brothers, and now he's finally able to get on to 5-5, whereas Johnny Link is already on his way through and on to the next level.
Absolutely, Johnny. I like the next level. Another one from level 5. This time it's World 5-1. Pretty close race between all 4 of our featured runners so far.
Absolutely. I mean, just a couple of levels difference, and Classic Gamer not utilizing any kind of a strategy to get through the 7.6 except by going through it. you kind of wonder how that's going to play for him. You hope that it doesn't affect him too much, and honestly, it hasn't yet. Maybe one of those items will come in a little bit more useful later on in the run.
Oh, Fire Bros in this World 7 beta level setup, but no problem for Johnny Link, and we get a hammer. Again, to recap, those hammers will not break locks tonight, just boulders. And because we still have Worlds 2, 3, and 6 left in play, it definitely could come in handy.
Absolutely. We talked about the different worlds.
Oh, both of them simultaneously getting the World 6 airship clip, and they're pretty much neck and neck. Johnny Link, the first one into the pipe. Animus about a second behind. Here comes the Roy fight, going for the fire kill. One hit is not enough. Does get the fire kill. 2 hits is not enough for Animus. 3 hits it is.
That is one of those middle of the ground road choices, and unfortunately, Animus had no choice. Johnny Link kind of did more of a fire kill focused strategy, which actually paid off in his favor because now he's about 5 seconds ahead of Animus United, which is close. It's very close. At this point, we have no clear winner. The only thing that matters and the only thing that determines who our winner is when does Bowser fall. And until then, you've got a lot of racing to do.
Absolutely, including World 8, the great equalizer. Next world coming up, what do you think it's going to be, chat? World 1.
And one of the really cool things about this brackets is that we do not allow our runners to break the lock with the hammer. So right now it seems like a very linear setup in this World 1 because there is a fortress that has to be defeated for the route to open, which is definitely useful for our runners because if it's not the correct fortress, no harm, no foul. You still had to beat it regardless. Whereas if it were in the top right corner, both fortresses were, then you would have to go out of your way to beat it, and therefore it's not as linear. So not a terrible setup for our runners yet.
Well, I tell you what, Johnny Link and Animus United keep it in sync. Speaking of useful things, having a tail here in 7-2 is very useful to get across that music block. We already know for a fact this is not going to be the correct fort. This is the World 1 fort, and by logic, it doesn't have to be played out. You can get the item or you can beat it in the natural state. So we know for a fact this is not going to be the one that breaks the lock.
It looks like Johnny Link is going to do his best to try to get enough P-speed to get up and see what that item is, whereas Animus United said, you know what, I'm good. I'm just going to go ahead and take on Boom Boom.
Johnny Link just missed, and now he's going to do it this way, yeah. But he may be too late. It's going to be close. He got it.
That was very close. You only got a few seconds to get that right. And if you don't, then you are actually in trouble and you're not going to make it. And basically, you're just going to hit the wall and come straight back down and waste all that time.
This may be funny, but Johnny Link actually broke even because he still has about that 3-second lead on Animus. But here is a coin ship as Johnny Link is now in 3-6. And DLP taking another path. This is 7-4, normally an auto scroller. So Classic Gamer now in the World 1 fort. And looks like he's going to pass up on that item.
A P-Wing came up for Animus United, so whenever the runners do go after that coin ship, they will be rewarded with that. So not a bad item. A P-Wing could definitely be a lot worse for some of for the runners.
Absolutely here. Of course, this is one of those times where a frog suit could really come in handy. It makes you swim much faster. Speaking of fast, this is anything but fast. Johnny Link now in 5-3, one of the longest stages of the game.
Yeah, you look at the opportunities for our runners to catch up and stay within a little bit of a chance of getting to the leader, and this is definitely one of them. DLP actually has used a different strategy. He is now playing where 1-4 normally would be, which is actually 1-1. A little bit of a dicey enemy set, but it's still just 1-1.
Yeah, he's able to dodge those fire chomps and fire snakes and is going to fly himself into the finish line. Speaking of the finish line, Classic Gamer just completed 3-6. Animus going to take the intentional 100 coin fine as Johnny Link is now in the Navy.
Yeah, Johnny Link has about a stage, maybe stage and a half lead at this point. Navy's a fast one. DLP's about to have a fast one, and actually, I believe, with a little bit of the mix-up that we've had thus far, a DLP, I believe, is now in our second place spot.
Absolutely, yeah. Johnny Link will be the first one to clear the Navy stage. DLP not that far behind, so yeah, he's now in second place. Animus United has just cleared 1-1. Coin ship time now for for Johnny Link. Grab all the coins that you possibly can quickly and get into that pipe. Take care of these hammer bros, or excuse me, the boomerang bros.
It almost looked like Johnny Link wanted to go for the last one up that's right before the pipe there, before the Boomerang Brothers, and then opted not to at the very last second. But there is a hidden block right before the pipe, and we'll see if we see it on Classic Gamer's stream. I think he's the last one to take on this coin ship. Otherwise, we're going to be on to the World 1 airship, which is fitting because we are in World 1.
Yep, Larry. Ooh, he's got Earthquake. One hit is not enough. How about two? Two it is.
For an Earthquakey Larry, that's not terrible at all, and especially if you had a Fire Flower in this, that's actually a pretty normal vanilla strat for the most part. The Earthquake kind of throws it off a little bit, but no big deal there at all.
Animus opting to use a P-Wing here on the airship as DLP takes care of Larry. One more hit to go for Animus. He gets it. Can he get the animation skip by going high enough? Oh, that's right on the edge.
I think he's got it. He's got all of Mario's head covered. I think he's got it here. We'll have to, of course, wait and find out. We do have a question from Bifu Curry, who says, is Classic Gamer giving himself a handicap? Not intentionally. He decided to go ahead and play 7-6, kept a couple of his items, so we're hoping to see that those items come back and will help him in the future here.
Next up, we have World 3 with Wendy awaiting, and here's our first beta stage, the 7-3 beta.
I am interested to see what happens here. World 3 is one of my favorites because it's almost a puzzle in its design. And right now we have seen both Johnny Link and Animus United kind of pause for a second to figure out, hey, where do I go?
And Classic Gamer has just completed the Larry fight, so he'll be moving on to World 3 also, the fourth world of tonight's contest. That leaves us with 2, 4, 6. That's an interesting order. We've had the first 4 worlds be all odd, so we're just left with the even worlds left.
You're making my brain hurt.
Sorry, that's the math talking inside my head right there. And here is, I believe this is 6-2 now, where Johnny Link is.
I just realized that if 3 and 1 were backwards, it would have been 7-5-3-1.
Oh, that would have been so good. We were that close. And then the next worlds would have been like 6-4-2 or 2-4-6 or something like that. Animus United also in 6-2, so he's definitely made up some ground on DLP.
Yeah, absolutely. And DLP is one of those runners for sure that you can't sleep on. I mean, DLP is such a fantastic runner. I took him on in our last tournament and for the Speed Gaming SpeedCon, and it's almost nerve-wracking playing against him because you know he's the kind of runner that's going to put the pressure on and then never let up. So, I mean, you give him just a little bit of a leeway and he will come back and get you.
Take a look at this. We have found the way out. No lock guarding Wendy's castle here. And we've got ourselves the World 2 airship. Neck and neck between DLP and Johnny Link. Johnny Link is first. Let's see if she bulked up for tonight. 1 hit is not enough. 2 hits is not enough. 3 hits is not enough. Wendy came to play. Oh, getting hitbox there. 4 is not enough. Maximum 5 hitter. Johnny Link takes care of her. But we literally have now a tie ball game between these two, DLP and Johnny Link.
We got the full Baconator Wendy with a combo and a Dr. Pepper on this one. Good night, folks. This is crazy.
Absolutely. And you know what? Animus United is right there, but now he's down to Small Mario. This is going to be very... Ooh! Wow, that was so close. Literally almost getting hitboxed by that candy cane ring at the end, but Animus gets her just in the nick of time.
You're not kidding. I was watching that. There was 2 that actually despawned. So that ring was in the process of forming on the screen. And good night. You talk about a split frame, even for Animus United to stay in this thing. And now we're onto our hand level here.
Wow. Johnny Link getting kicked off by the Fire Bros here with the Hammer Brothers party mix. And DLP is actually going to take the lead on that death. We have, well, what do you know? People in chat, you know what to do about that.
This is crazy. I mean, like I just was saying, that you've got a wonderful racer in DLP, and just like that, he's now in the lead trying to figure out what to do here.
Meanwhile, Animus trying to get through this. There's a 1-up that's unfortunately not really what he wanted to see. He wanted to see a power-up there, but does take care of the Fire Bro, but watch out. There's another one. And there's another suicide, bro. Ooh, that was close. If Animus would have missed that jump, that would have been another 100 coin fine. Meanwhile, DLP getting a Jugum Cloud out of that coin chip stage.
This is crazy. I mean, we've got a couple just absolutely fantastic runners here that are being showed up specifically because DLP 316 is holding on to that Fire Flower with everything that he has. I mean, he's had that for at least a world and a half now, and I don't expect to see him give it up at any point. And this Fire Flower is really going to give him the ticket into the next thing that he needs, which is honestly a Bowser fight.
Absolutely. And now we have, this is 6F1, the Escalator Fort, as Classic Gamers now in the Hammer Bro Party Mix. And here we go, our first appearance of Boss Pass in the level what we call Jackpot 3-7. Why is it called Jackpot? Because of this coin heaven that these runners are going to obviously ignore because it's kind of late game. Because auto scrollers are turned off for the most part. However, there are 3 exceptions. Coin Heaven is one of those 3 exceptions, with the other 2 being Atlantis, one of the beta stages, and 5-9. At the end of that Coin Heaven, there is an item. You know what? We have not seen any Hammer Bros suits. By the way, we have 3 panel 10s.
And this just got interesting because DLP had not played that fortress. Now he's going to have to go back and go through at least, okay, never mind, just kidding. He's not going to go through a Hammer Brother, but he is going to go back and find that fortress, which he's going to play real quick and should not upset our lead here.
Yeah, there are 3 panel 10s because there is only 1 fort. Normally in the vanilla game, there are 3 forts. So we actually had a race quite a while ago. I believe it was last season during the tournament where the runner's decision in one of the crossroads was panel 10 or panel 10.
And that is one of the scariest things that you have to make a guess on, because one of those very likely could be Atlantis and the other one could be anything else. And
oh, Johnny Link almost getting eaten, just snuck up right behind that Boss Bass, but Johnny Link does clear the level, 3-7. Ooh, but Animus in trouble here in the Sledgehammer Bros. Oh, that was close. Animus playing with fire there, does get his music soapbox. Boy, no shortage of music tonight.
no, absolutely not. And DLP, I think, used the best strategy there, as he was able to utilize a couple of those music boxes to keep the Hammer Brothers kind of at bay to allow him to get through this real quickly. And with that, I mean, he's now on to the airship here.
Yeah, now he's our new leader in the race here. This is the World 3 airship against, well, it's normal ground, except it's the wrong stage. Lemmy Koopa going for the fire kill, gets it. Nice job.
I think that's an outstanding play. You know, sometimes we talk about, you know, what's better. Is it going for a fire kill? Is it going for a jump kill? And so far, the fire has won out. We saw a fight against Roy where it was a 3 or 4 hit, and the jump just wasn't fast enough. Johnny Link took that with a fire kill. And now we've got DLP with a fire kill. And really, who cares what Lemmy has at that point? It was fast enough.
Johnny Link might have gotten the animation skip again. Lemmy was a shrimp, by the way, just a 2-hitter. Meanwhile, Animus United played the Coin Heaven, and his reward was a Fire Flower.
Interestingly enough, decided to go ahead and jump through the level that he saw, found the pipe. I think that's a really good play because now he is also onto the castle.
Absolutely here. And speaking of fire flowers, we get one from the princess as DLP playing 3-9 now, and Johnny Link not that far behind.
Now, and talking about not that far behind, we were talking about Classic Gamer being out behind a little bit, and now he's barely a level behind at this point.
Yeah, he's catching up to Animus United, so, I mean, if he can get through a Lemmy, again, just a 2-hitter, I mean, he'll be right there with Animus. But Animus does get the animation skip. He's definitely high enough. Good kill there by Classic Gamer, so he'll be moving on. World 2, by the way, which means World 4 will be our last world before World 8.
One of the really strange things about World 4 is there's a lot of things that can go weird on that. If we've got a 2 or even a 3 Fortress World 4, you're likely going to have to nearly 100% it, if not 100% it. So a little bit left to run, but then, of course, we have the Great Equalizer that ends in everybody's favorite, Bowser going down.
By the way, Johnny Link is also going to take the bottom path. I'm a little bit surprised he would have done that with his tail in hand. He could have gained a few seconds on DLP, but is what it is. As Animus just about ready to clear 3-9, and Classic Gamer just starting 3-9. Again, very close race between all four of our runners. DLP taking the fort, and we have the Air Force. That's 3 of the 4 military branches down.
We have a divergent. This is very interesting. DLP actually skipped the fortress and went and found that there was a lock in front of the castle. Now we have DLP playing one of our fortresses, Johnny Link playing the other. We've got Air Force versus the World 8 Fortress 1, the only fortress in World 8. And one of these is going to be the right answer.
Yep, that's right. Only one of them is going to be the right answer. So this is going to determine who's going to take the lead between DLP and Johnny Link. Will DLP keep his lead? No, that is not the one that is going to break that lock. So Johnny Link is going to end up being correct here.
And not just correct, but he also got the single cycle on that. So he's going to be pushing the envelope very quickly and very nicely here as he played World 8 Fortress 1 perfectly.
Absolutely. That's about as good as you can do in World 8 for Johnny Link. We'll see if DLP can keep the pace up. Now it's just a matter of what path we take. But Johnny Link also going to have to play through the Air Force because he does not have a hammer. He must have used it earlier. So that's any opportunity Johnny Link could have gained ground on DLP. That's going to go by the wayside. We got to play them both anyways.
Absolutely. The last one that we really have in the top 3 here is Animus United. He does get the single cycle. We'll see if he has a hammer. He did not use one in World 6. We saw DLP used one previously in World 6 to get through to the pipe. But I haven't seen one on Animus United side yet. We'll see if he's got one.
The Classic Gamer is playing the Air Force as well, so he will have an opportunity to gain ground even if he has a hammer because, again, we have to play the World 8 fort to unlock the lock that's guarding the castle to Morton. Here's the quicksand stage where Johnny Link is almost in its natural spot.
This is very interesting. I thought, hand on my heart, that we were going to have a leadership change. And unfortunately, none of our other 3 runners had a hammer in that instance. And therefore, they're going to actually be a little bit behind. They're going to have to go back and play both fortresses, unfortunately.
That's right. 3-5 is now where DLP is, as Johnny Link picks up a P-Wing from the Sledgehammer Bros stage. And he's going to move on to the pyramid level, but he's going to juke him that pyramid level, and we have the World 4 airship. Now, Johnny Link has to make sure he nails this, because if he were to take a death, he would have to play that stage over, and unfortunately, that would be a waste of a Jukum Cloud.
So far, utilizing the P-speed strats here and looking great doing it. Not going to be a terribly hard, well, yeah, not even an earthquakey. So later, we're done.
Yeah, not much salt in the diet of Morton Koopa tonight. He goes down quick, and Johnny Link will be moving on to the 7th World, World 4.
Depending on how linear this is, we may not see much of a leadership change here. We're probably going to have to wait till World 8 here. See what happens.
Animus does not have a Jugum Cloud, so he's going to be... Or wait a minute, he does have a Jugum Cloud. He realizes it and is going to take the intentional 100 coin fine. No, he's not. Oh, he wants to use the P-Wing. Oh, we get a Hammer Bro suit from the Princess, so that's going to be huge for the Bowser fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I like this plan from Animus United. You definitely get through this level a little bit quicker. And that Hammer Brothers suit, I would fully expect to see all 4 of our runners utilize that in Bowser's Castle.
For F1, Johnny Link opting to take the bottom route. It's a slower route, but it does contain a power-up. The top route obviously is quicker, but is much more dangerous if you are not seasoned enough trying to negotiate through all of the dangers and those swamps as well. Going for the fire kill, not a problem there for Johnny Link. DLP taking top path, but now he's going to have to wait it out because he bonked trying to get underneath that little gap there.
Yeah, DLP is so close to making that happen. And with that, we are going to get an orb kill on Boom Boom here.
Yep, the upside down orb to be precise. Now, unfortunately, that fort did not break the lock. And what do you know? Normally, these two pair up, 4F1 and the Donut Fort, 4F2, and they pair up again tonight.
Very interesting so far. Not usually something that you'd expect to see here. And of course, both runners are going to have to play both here at this point. DLP 316 will be going through a coin chip, and we'll see what that has for him in store in just a moment.
We've seen a whole bunch of coin ships tonight. Again, it's an auto-scroller normally in the vanilla game, but with it turned off, it's much more palatable. We get a Jugum Cloud for our efforts this time. Bridge is built for Johnny Link, so he'll be moving on to the final airship. It's going to be the World 7 airship with the crazy hitbox Iggy Koopa staring at him at the end.
Normally, I think a Jugum Cloud is a really, really good thing here, but DLP with a Jugum Cloud this late in the game, I don't know, man. We're going to have to see if it plays off for him.
There's always that chance there's a panel stage we could skip in World 8, so we'll see about that. As Johnny Link is now going to take on Iggy Koopa, back in the lead, and he's got Earthquake to make matters worse. 2 hits is not enough. 3 hits it is.
Iggy's one of those I always have to hold my breath on because there is so much that could possibly go wrong with that, especially when you add in Earthquake and some like more hits. I mean, hitboxes are possible. There's a lot of things that can go wrong there. Johnny Link handled it wonderfully.
Absolutely. And now, as we go into World 8, people in the chat predict how many bridges it is going to take to build the path to Bowser's Castle.
I think I'm going to have to go with 2 here. I think potentially there could be up to 4 bridges in the valley, 3 of which are actually critical. But I think I got to go with 2 on this one.
Absolutely. And here's the last of our 4 military stages, the super tanks, to start things off. It is mandatory, so who knows? Maybe this will be the one that builds the bridge if necessary. You say 2 bridges? I'm feeling lucky. 0.
Should be interesting for sure. And I think, this is going to be really interesting. We've seen a lot of the same strategies though so far, especially in like World 7. We didn't see any divergence.
Oh, Animus is in trouble! Oh, clutch finished.
That was a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. That was way too close.
Yeah, if Animus would have died there, Classic Gamer would have had a good opportunity to pass him.
Classic Gamer has definitely been pulling off some strategies that indicate, he's not done. And I love seeing that. We got these guys, they're so very good at what they do. They are exceptional runners in every way, shape, and form. And I mean, even seeing it there, that was absolutely exceptional. And if you blink, if you take a nap, he will catch up. He will get you.
Unfortunately, Johnny Link did get grabbed by the hand, and that was 6-7. Johnny Link took the intentional fall there. But unfortunately, that just ended up being a troll pipe. Now, there is a lock, which means we know it is not going to be 4 bridges, so it still could be 3. And Johnny Link taking another intentional 100-coin fine. That is 2-3. We know that it is the designated army stage, so Johnny Link knows it is not required to play. So Johnny Link is going to have to find a different path.
I think that's actually a really sad way to play that. It looked like he had used an item there, and then he ended up taking an intentional death.
And he gets grabbed by the hand again, and again, it's a long way down here in 6-7. But DLP is going to play out 6-7.
If you think there's any way, shape, or form that it's going to actually play a part, you might as well play it. That way you don't have to keep getting grabbed over and over again.
Yep. And that's exactly what happened with Johnny Link, and now he's going to try to cut his losses. But with that, I think DLP is actually going to retake the lead on Johnny Link. This is still not over, as Classic Gamer and NFS United also into World 8. We'll see how this plays out. There's a fort, but a couple of pike checks here. Oh, and Johnny Link falls again! And he gets grabbed again, too! Oh, you hate to see it, folks.
You absolutely do. Not only that, but it looks like we've got NFS United, the only one not in the hand bridge section of World 8. I don't know what he knows, but I think I like it.
Yeah, this is 3F2, which you tend to see a lot in World 8. I don't know why. That and World 6 sports. So, speaking of which, we still haven't seen 6F2 or 6F3. On the other hand, we still haven't seen 7F2 either.
Yeah, not a terrible fortress lineup as far as that goes. I mean, World 8 F1 is long, but that's, I think, probably the worst we've seen thus far. This could be a very interesting World 8 for sure.
Now look at this. Johnny Link has found the path to this fort. This is 5F2. If this ends up being the one that builds the bridge and nothing else, maybe Johnny... Boy, this is why we call World 8 the Great Equalizer, folks. But Johnny Link shorts the jump and falls to his death. He's down to his last life, by the way.
Now that's a little bit scary, especially considering the hand bridge, the different things that could happen and could still come back. There's not a whole lot in World 8 that could come back, but definitely levels are one of them that could. So hopefully he gets through 5F2 this time and doesn't have to worry about that.
Oh no, and Animus United just 7-9 instantaneous boss bass meal. So people who love to see that, you've got your wish tonight.
Had a question in chat about final death is equal to loss, and no, that is incorrect. It is just as game over. It means they'll have to start over at the beginning of the world. Fortresses will not reset, but levels like the panel stages will have to reset.
That did not break the lock for Johnny Link, so it either broke the lock on the dark portion or it might have built a bridge to Bowser's Castle. We haven't even seen Bowser's Castle yet, and Animus, there's 2-3 again, and again, another 100 coin find, and again, being grabbed by the hand bridge. Boy, this World 8's been ruthless tonight here.
You ain't kidding. And Classic Gamer with a little bit of a swag strat there. He was able to utilize the invisible pipe on the outside of the real pipe on 5F2. And honestly, you'll love to see it. These guys are having fun. Classic Gamer obviously having fun to do something like that. And I respect it. I love it.
All right, Animus checking out this pipe. And he sees that same 5F2, and he's going to go ahead and play it out. I have really, at this point, I have really no idea who's got the lead. DLP now in 7-9. It looks like he's going to try and play it out.
I think the hot take here is that one of our guys is going to get luckier with the clip than the others in Bowser's Castle, and that's going to be our winner.
Yeah, absolutely. Boy, now Johnny Link playing through 7-9 as well as Animus United just took down the Boom Boom here in 5F2. Now, decision for Johnny Link. This is his last life. Does he go for the triple star here? I'm going to say he doesn't, given his skill level. That would leave him with 2 lives if he does not go for the star.
Especially with 7-9. It's not exactly a gimme to try to get that star, but I think you're right. I think and Classic Gamer has now found Bowser.
Wow! Can you believe this? And Animus United is right behind. Classic Gamer coming all the way back. He's got the lead, and he gets the clip.
Oh, my word.
And here comes DLP right behind. So the answer was 1 bridge. Holy Toledo, we have got ourselves a race. Everybody with the Hammer Bros suit, but Classic Gamer struggling with the Everyman's clip. Animus United taking it nice and easy here on the Disco Waffle steps. And here's Johnny Link, all 4 of our runners in Bowser's Castle. Can you believe how close this is, Growlwolf?
This is insane. This is absolutely insane. And the only thing that Classic Gamer currently has right now is that he got the bottom of the escalator clip. If not for that, it doesn't matter. Animus United.
Whoa! Classic Gamer! Wow! There was a laser and he dodged it, and it's going to be Classic Gamer who is going to win. Coming from nowhere, he was in last place virtually the entire time, and he's going to win it all. Unbelievable, Growlwolf.
Unbelievable is a good start to what we just saw. I've got the times here, and I would not have believed this if I weren't watching this live. In first place, Classic 188, who was in behind the majority of the game, who missed the clip, missed the skip on 7-6, and fought all the way back, having fun the entire time, finished first place with a time of 37:17. Animus United finished in second place with a time of 37:23, and DLP 316 finished in third place with a time of 37:29. A grand total of 12 seconds between the 3 runners that were featured. How?
I have no idea, and poor Johnny Link, he was trying to do this clip here, and he is really struggling with it. I cannot believe it. He finally does manage to get the clip there. I cannot believe how close this was, and ladies and gentlemen, that is why we call World 8 the Great Equalizer.
And a ever-classy from the Classic 1, Classic Gamer 88, as he's seen on stream. He added a comment and he said, I have seen plants with better seeds. And of course, yours truly, Growlwolf here, actually was the one that rolled that. Any of our SMB3 regulars will know that sometimes mine aren't exactly fair seeds, but I think it definitely made for a very exciting run.
And GG's to Johnny Link, takes down Bowser with the Hammer Bro suit. All 4 of our runners get the Hammer Bro kill on Bowser. Boy, you couldn't have asked for a better finish, Growlwolf.
No, you really can't. I mean, for it to be that close, we have seen some very, very, very close runs. And for that to be as close as it was, wow. I mean, wow.
And you were absolutely right. It was going to come down to who could do these clips, and it didn't look like anybody. Well, we did. I beg your pardon. DLP and Animus United, did get the top clips to finish 2 and 3 respectively. Speaking of DLP, we do have DLP here in the commentators booth with us. GG, I must tell you, what a race! This is one of the best 4-way races I have ever called so far doing Mario 3 randomizer commentary. You, Johnny Link, Animus United, all 3 of you were pretty much trading leads throughout the entire race. And it ended up being Classic Gamer out of nowhere who solved the World 8 riddle first.
Yeah, I made quite a few mistakes. All 3 clouds that I found went to waste because I used one in World 2 because I thought there was only one fort. I had to come back and play it anyways. And then in the Dark Maze in World 8, I used the cloud to cloud the level, and then there was a lock right there behind it, so I probably could have shaved a couple minutes off. I played the wrong fort in World 4, and then 8 was just kind of a mess, so that is what it is. I executed everything that I wanted to perfectly. I didn't die, so played really well. It was just very poor routing, so that's all right. GG's to Classic.
And we also now have Animus here in the commentators booth with us. GG to you as well, boy. All 4 of our 4 featured runners in Bowser's Castle, literally at the same time, as well as you, Johnny Link, who you led for a good portion of tonight's race of our 4 featured runners, and it literally came down to Bowser's Castle. Unfortunately, looked like you had some struggles with that final clip there.
Yeah, that World 8 was nasty. I felt like I had a pretty good pace going into World 8, and it was just that hand kept sucking me in. I checked the castle I shouldn't have, but yeah, at that point I was just like so frustrated and I couldn't get that clip, but it was a good race. Good game, everyone.
And we now also have our winner tonight, Classic Gamer 88 here in the commentators booth with us. The comeback kid, ladies and gentlemen. GG to you. Congratulations. You were behind our 3 featured runners, the other 3 featured runners, literally the entire race until Bowser's Castle, when you were the first one to solve the great equalizer. You got to Bowser's Castle first. You finished first. Can you believe that?
All right, I didn't have audio, but I just heard the last part. I guess you were talking about me. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, it really was. You were pretty much behind the other 3 runners the entire race until Bowser's Castle. You were the first to solve World 8.
That's just how it goes. I guess when I gambled as hard as I did, I had to get lucky at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. It paid off for you. And I mean, look how close it was between you and Animus United and DLP. And don't discount Johnny Link because he was right behind as well. He unfortunately had some struggles with the last clip at the end. Otherwise, he could have been in the 37 club very easily too. I mean, you 4, closest race one of the closest races we've ever had in the weeklies. Unbelievable.
Yeah, just glad to be a part of it. Put on a good show for everybody. GG Classic. That's why they call it the Great Equalizer. Good job, man.
No, thank you. GG to everyone as well.
Yeah, great job, everyone. Yeah, that World 8 was fun for sure. But yeah, I'm happy with how that went. Didn't really control World 8, so glad it was that close. I saw that all 4 of us were like right there, and I was like, whoa. I didn't expect that, so that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was that close because I felt like the whole race I was behind like 2 minutes. That's
You were literally Classic Gamer. You were like a good minute or so behind the rest of the pack the entire time. I mean, the comeback that you just made tonight is unbelievable. And again, I said it before and I'll say it again. We call World 8 the great equalizer for that very reason. Any comeback is always possible. You can never count any racers out.
All right, GG everyone. Growlf, Laz, thanks for the commentary, and Speed Gaming for hosting. That's it for me. So GG again to Classic and everyone else for putting on a good show. Can't wait to watch it, and have a good rest of the weekend, everyone.
You too, DLP.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for such a wonderful race, DLP. Always a pleasure. Always fun to see. And thank you for being a part. I love how nonchalant the classic one is with this. Like, oh yeah, you know, it was fun. Love it.
Hey, you know how I am.
Well, I must say,
I
gentlemen,
respect that.
congratulations on putting on quite a show today. I mean, all four of you gave it your all, and any of you could have ended up being tonight's winner. Just unbelievable stuff tonight. I strongly suggest you look back at the VOD. It was a thriller for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that I respect the most and really appreciate about your performance on that Classic Gamer is you literally were a minute and a half, 2 minutes behind. You did not take the skip on 7-6, either by way of peeling or by doing the clip. You actually went through it the old honest vanilla way, and yet you still clawed all the way back to the point of even putting yourself in there. And then at the very end, you took the invisible pipe at the end of 5F2. I love it. It was absolutely exceptional and fun to watch.
Yeah, you know what they say. If stuff is gonna happen, I'm gonna throw swag because I just enjoy swag. So I wanted to give everybody a good show at that point and just hope for the best.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Please make sure you give all four of our runners tonight a follow. They were absolutely phenomenal tonight.
Absolutely. And I think I can speak on behalf of all of our runners. I mean, they love putting this on. We love putting this on. And definitely, if you want to see more of it, definitely put a follow out to the runners. These guys put on a lot of really, really great content. They're always putting on different things. And this isn't always the only thing they run. I was watching a Johnny Link stream yesterday where he was running a Legend of Zelda run. So, you know, you never know what you're going to get. All these guys are very fantastic and extremely talented. So definitely give them some love in that.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, Ed, does anybody have any other questions or comments regarding tonight's race before we call it a night here?
That was a heck of a race. Good job, everyone. That was awesome. Thank you so much for having me again.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for doing commentary and fun as always.
I must say, you know, we're getting close to tournament time here for the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer. And if tonight's weekly was any indication of what we might see in the tournament, I think we're all going to be in for a real treat this year.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, me too. I'm stoked for that.
Will be interesting.
I would like to interject as well real quick that we did have our last runner come in. As we spoke about earlier, S Diesel was also a part of this. We can only feature 4 runners every week, but we also had S Diesel running, and we're very excited to see him back. We've had him, like I said, gone for a little while, but he looks to be back and had a 45.50 tonight. So still a very good run. Only 6 minutes behind 4th place, 8 minutes behind the first 3 places. So very good job on his part as well.
Absolutely. I must say, I mean, he's going to get polished up, and those times are going to go down as he gets back into the groove of things. So, yeah, it's great to have S Diesel back.
Absolutely. And with that, I do believe that is the time that we have tonight. We hope, of course, to see you next week. Same time, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time, here on Speed Gaming. If you haven't already followed all 6 of their Speed Gaming channels, please do so. They put on a lot of fantastic content. We definitely wouldn't be here without them. Mind of Me was instrumental in putting this on for us tonight. She was responsible for the restream, for cropping, for doing the audio and everything like that. On behalf of me, LOZ Cards fan, DLP316, Johnny Link, Classic Gamer 88, Animus United, the entire SMB3 community, we would like to say thank you to the chat for being here tonight. We, of course, wouldn't be here without you as well. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. And until next time, keep racing, keep randomizing. Take care.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Night.